Okay, this YouTube channel here, what is it called? Is it called Hot Gossip or something like that? I just found it. I'd never heard of them before, but I saw some weird headline about Meghan and DIOR. And so I sort of, clicked a little further in and found this website where they're saying that Dior blocks Meghan. What does it say here? I don't. Blocks Meghan Markle entry after she stole $30,000 dress and perfumes from the shop. This is defamatory, and I don't understand why Meghan. I mean, Meghan has a lot of money, right? She has a lot of money. She has a legal team. How can something like this be proliferating online about her and not addressed by her legal team? I understand that she doesn't want to address every nonsense that these deranged, criminal minded people say, right? She'll be in court the rest of her life. I understand that. Well, there's some things I think that needs to be put a stop to and made an example of immediately. Immediately. And something like that is a prime example. It's a prime example to me of malicious intent and reckless disregard, right? This is malicious and it's reckless disregard. And they're making a lot of money from this kind of nonsense, right? And then what happens is once one of them says it, then all of them pick up on it on their own individual channels, and it spreads like a virus. It becomes a viral, right? And so all of them need to be sued, but definitely the main perps need to be sued. There needs to be a takedown, there needs to be a retraction, right? And they need to pay big money. I don't care if they don't have a job. Put a lien on everything they own for the rest of their lives. I don't give a crap, right? I don't understand why Meghan hasn't done this, why her team isn't doing this. You know, some things need to be made to be stopped. You need to stop them immediately. And if you have the resources to do it, why on earth don't you do it? Because how can you have these people saying this kind of filth about you? I know she came out in People and she did say that it was defamatory to say she stole the green dress. Now, I was told, my understanding was the green dress cost somewhere in the region of 2,000 American dollars, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Now I'm hearing about a $30,000 dress and perfumes. You see how these evil, deranged, criminal minded, mean spirited haters and derangers, you see how they move? They started with a $2,000 dress. Now it's up to a $30,000 dress and perfumes from Dior. And Meghan is letting this sit there. She's not going after these people like you know, a tornado just rip up their entire world. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, this annoys me. But anyway, so it seems like during Paris Fashion Week, there's another YouTube channel that is saying that Dior blocked Meghan after she crashed, their atelier, I guess, right? She came in saying she had some kind of appointment for a fitting with Dior and she was blocked. And so they've issued out all these statements publicly saying that they have no affiliation with her. They don't want anything to do with her. They have no contract with her. X, Y, and Z. I mean, now this one is going back a month. So the first Dior blocked Meghan seems to have come out about a month ago, and now a day or two ago, you have Dior blocked Meghan for stealing the $30,000 dress and perfumes story. And soon this is going to mushroom to, I guess, Dior blocked Meghan for her $100,000 heist of the diamond necklace. I mean, I'm sure that that's coming next because this story is progressing rather than regressing. But Sussex Squad, did this happen in back a month ago when Megan was in Paris Fashion Week? I wasn't really very up on what was happening during Paris Fashion Week, unfortunately. But did something happen with Dior? Because why would someone get 400,000 views on a story like that? Usually, when they get that kind of number of views, there's usually something to the story in the sense that something did happen between Meghan and Dior during Paris Fashion Week. Did it? If you're Sussex Squad and you're listening to this and you know anything, you heard anything around that time, do educate me on this, whereby, Meghan had anything to do with Dior during Paris Fashion Week and that Dior issued a statement. Like, where is that statement and what did they actually say? Years ago, years ago, I remember saying that Megan would be a great fit with Dior, but I have since come to change my mind about that just because I think Megan is better suited to emerging emerging designers just because of her whole modus operandi, her worldview, her desire to help emerging designers, and also because, and not to put any of these big houses down, but just recently there was that big scandal about some of these houses being made in, their products being made in China, which to me is not the fact that it's made in China and not in France is not to me proof that it's substandard, because I think the Chinese artisans are very skilled, and I found the whole thing kind of racist actually. Oh, it's made in China, so therefore suddenly, the same product that someone was willing to pay $30,000 for, they're no longer willing to pay that. Right? I'm not into that, but I'm just saying that, a lot of these big houses, you know, it's not really all it's cracked up to be. I mean, and you can spend, $30,000 on a handbag, and it's still the leather still peels eventually. It's like all the same thing. I mean, you're paying for a brand name. You're paying for a brand name. You buy a scarf from, for example, what is that London the London-based design house. Oh my gosh, it's their biggest one, Burberry. You buy a Burberry scarf and you save up all your money to buy a Burberry scarf, and then one day you realize, wait a second, this is just a piece of cloth that these people cut and stick a thing on that you just spent all your hard-earned, saved up income to buy. It's all in the mind. It's a mind F, if you will. And so, they're, even though their products are wonderful and they look really great and this and the third, I'm all for, giving other designers an opportunity as well. So I'm so over this, Megan Dior. I remember when I first came up with the Megan Dior thing and Harry Dior thing back in like 2020, something like that, when they had first moved over to Montecito, and the press quickly turned it into a hell. And then I'm just like, I'm over it. I just, the whole thing made me want to just like throw up, honestly. And then I noticed that Megan just, she prefers emerging designers. And even so, when she wears emerging designers, everything gets sold out anyway. So she doesn't need to collaborate with Dior or any of these, big houses, wherever they may be. Um, my issue is, did something actually happen back in October 2025 where Dior issued a statement saying that they are not collaborating with Meghan, or did this woman just make it up and get 435,000 views for it? And also, finally, why is Meghan allowing people like this to have these kinds of videos, literally accusing her of theft without a takedown demand?